I forgot how good this was.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's like some FIFA 98 vibes,
dude, it's so good.
Yeah. All with the piano.
And every stage has its own theme. Characters have their own theme. It's incredible.
What? I can't hear you.
I can't hear you over the music.
You come here often? I said, can I buy you a drink?
My girlfriend likes your vibes.
Yeah.
You got it, DX? You can borrow mine.
It's in my pocket.
Yeah.
I have my cargo pants on.
You played Ghost Trick before?
It's only 13 hours.
It's a detective game on the DX. It did not spell well.
Welcome to the Content Mill, the show where 5 creators from 4 corners of the internet all get together to talk about what we are playing and what we are making. My name is Gianni. I am your host for today, and with me are my 3 normal knuckleheads. They're over here. They're chilling. The 3 regulars. Nate, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Gianni. I am very excited for this topic as I have been brewing on it for about 3 months.
Love it. He's been thinking hard. This is going to be a very special one for Nate, I'm sure. Phil, Mr. 70% complete. How the hell are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good.
He waited for that.
He waited.
I knew when my turn was coming up.
And he was ASMR here.
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to talk trash.
Oh boy,
that's what this episode's gonna be.
That's what we do, man. Like we said last episode, hey, you got to bring the hater energy.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do it. In you.
You got to.
Just glad it's not me.
The heat is off Eric for this episode. And speaking of Eric, Mr. The Human, aka Mr. The Human Plays. How the heck are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. I came back from a trip. I'm only working 2 days this week and doing a lot of content creation. So I'm going to be very tired come Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it.
You have been hustling. We've been seeing you all over twitch.tv/Mr. The Human Plays. You've been killing it out there, dude. Last but not least, now that we got the regular studs out the way, we have in the building a very special guest for the first time ever here on the Content Mill. Amazing friend of the show, Cameron French, aka the French Dip Design, aka the Colorado Coconut Bandit. Cameron French in the building.
Hello.
Cam, how are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing great. I was wondering if that heat would follow me.
Oh, of course.
Of course, it's right here, right on my tail. But hello, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with you all tonight.
Well, thank you for being here. You know, we couldn't let you live down your coconut thievery in the Peak Invitational a few weeks ago.
I know. Not only that, when we had the Mario Kart Invitational a couple months ago, Gianni, I hit you with a blue shell.
You did.
And I was like, what's this storyline going to be with me and the Content Mill guys? And then we had that Peak stream and I was like, let's double down. Let's ruin some friendships.
He's scheming, dude. He's scheming.
I have no beef towards Cam. Me and him have had nothing but delightful interactions. Yeah.
I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Phil wasn't even there. He only heard the stories.
I was dead during the coconut thing. So,
yeah. Well, it's all love here for today. We'll put our differences aside, Cam. Just for this episode, we'll do that for you. But thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We have a very special episode planned. Cam, since it's your first time here on the Content Mill, I would love for the people that don't know you, although I feel everyone in our circles knows the French Dip Design. Who is the French Dip Design? What is the French Dip Design? What do you do over there at the French Dip Design? Tell us about yourself.
Oh God, well, we don't have that much time, so I'm going to kind of just skip through a lot of it. But to sum it up, I'm an illustrator and designer based out of Denver, Colorado. Fully freelance. I went full time in December after getting laid off from my my big kid job, which I worked so hard for. But I've been slowly building up this kind of illustration and design thing. It's something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. And when the layoff happened, I was like, it's now or never. I knew I would regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't try to put some money into myself in this business. And it's been a blast so far. It's a crazy time to start a business in 2026, I tell you what. But I'm just having the best time. And I guess you can now tack on streamer to my title too, which is not something I ever thought I would do. But every weekday morning, I'm hanging out with y'all and building a little community, and it's been a ton of fun.
Absolutely. I've been privileged to pop in on some of those streams. Cam, you do amazing work over there. It's been really awesome to see your journey. And obviously I have a soft place in my heart because, you know, I kind of put my life on the line and did something very, very, very comparable. So to see your journey and all the success that you're having, it's so admirable, dude. And I'm so excited for everything you got going on for you. So it's a privilege for you to be here with us. That's for sure.
Hey, before we move on though, Cam, if someone were to want to get in touch with you for your freelance work, where would they go to do that?
Fantastic question, Phil. I love that you asked that. You can find me on all socials, just at the French Dip Design, Instagram, Blue Sky, no longer TikTok, no longer Twitter. I've made the jump from those, which feels very nice. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/the French Dip Design. And I do branding, logos, illustrations, merch, anything you can think of. I think now more than ever, human-made art is incredibly important. And I've been very privileged that a lot of the people who kind of helped me, there it is, Nate showing off one of my designs there, human imperfection. I think it's something that we all need to embrace right now. So yeah, if you're interested in any fresh designs, you can reach out to me on social media, and yeah, we can make something cool together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Points for Phil. Points for Phil on that segue.
Sales layup.
He's moving on up. Yes, definitely go check that out. I've got some merch. I know a bunch of the homies got some merch. It's all great quality stuff. So make sure you go check that out for sure. But Cam, today we're talking about video games. This is a video game podcast. So I always like to ask the guests of the show, what are some of your favorites? What's the Cameron French video game Mount Rushmore? What does that look like for you, my friend?
The Mount Rushmore. I mean, this is the question that everyone dreads, but everyone's got to be ready to answer at any point. The first game that always comes to mind is Kingdom Hearts 2. And I know we've got some Kingdom Hearts lovers, some Kingdom Hearts haters. Very rightful for so many reasons. But man, that game hit me. The Kingdom Hearts game originally hit me at the perfect time. I think I was like 11 years old, just starting to like shop at Hot Topic. I was feeling a little moody, a little emo. That whole game series was really important to me. But, you know, my video game love really started back on the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy with like Mega Man X and the Pokemon series. So
yes,
I've been gaming since my two older brothers were old enough to like bully me into playing Mario versus Luigi on the NES. And so, yeah, I've been playing video games since I was a little kid. And it's one of those things that, you know, your parents growing up are like, when are you going to put that down? Where are you going to put it away? And now I'm like, it's now part of what I do, the friends that I make now, like, it's incredibly important to me. So yeah, I've been gaming for a while, but I love a JRPG. There's something about a JRPG that just
so good,
strikes a chord.
It's so good, dude. And it's so funny that you say that because like it truly is like a formative experience for any child gamer, that bullying somehow you gotta be bullied into or away from or to another another series. It's just like part of the experience.
Yeah, that's definitely. I know. Are you a Persona fan by chance, Cam?
I am a recently converted Persona fan.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool. I don't have to bully you then.
He's trying to bully the rest of us.
No, just you, Gianni, specifically.
Yeah, me specifically.
Phil, I need to get on Metaphor. That's the big one. But he knows that. He's aware. He needs to play that.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't have to push Phil. It'll come. Gianni, I got to get you on that.
One day, I promise. I'll set aside the 1,000 hours to play one of those games.
It's 90. It's 90 hours.
Oh, it's 90. What's 90?
You've been playing Dark Souls 2 for 75 hours.
That is true. That's a great point. That is a great point. I feel bad for sometimes people come in, they're like just like, Dark Souls again? I'm like, gotta do it, man.
It's not actually 75 hours though, right?
Might be.
So moving on from that part of the show, we're gonna before we jump into our topic of the show, not too much housekeeping for you, but our run of the mill for today's episode. Last week, We were talking all things Steam Next Fest demos. We got into a lot of really good games, talked about a lot of awesome indie developers. We talked a whole lot of shit about generative AI. So make sure you join. It's Chef's Kiss, dude. Yeah. Make sure you go listen to our episode about Steam Next Fest demos, and make sure you wishlist all those games that we talked about. If they interest you, make sure you're supporting your indie devs over on Steam. But I'm not going to waste too much time on that. We have a very special episode planned for the 5 of us today. We are talking good art, bad games. That's the pitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to the homie Nate, Heroic Headgear, because this whole topic was really his brainchild. We've been talking about it for months. And when the idea first came up, we were like, you know who we got to get on this show? Nate says, I know just the guy.
We got to get another artist.
That's right. So, Nate, I'm going to hand the reins over to you. Let's talk about today's episode.
Yeah, so just a little backstory. This came into my mind last year. If y'all remember a little game called XDefiant. This was Ubisoft's pull at an FPS game, and it has since been shut down. You can no longer play it. And it was one of those things that, like, I didn't love it. There are dozens of other FPS games out there that I would much rather play, but there were little pieces of it that I'm like, dang, this is really good though. So I got to thinking, like, what are some other of those games that have that good thing within them, that good art trapped within a bad game? And so to me, it's not bad game as in lowest Metacritic score. This could be a game that everyone else adores that you just didn't stick with, but you have one thing from it. You're like, that was really good. And the art side also, it doesn't have to be just a visual art. That art can be anything from a cool costume design to the music to the writing. So I wanted to leave it pretty open to whatever you guys thought a quote unquote bad game is, but had that piece in it that really stuck with you.
Yeah, I love that. And that was one of the things that we were kind of going over pre-show is like everyone kind of looked at this prompt a little bit differently, you know, because there are like universally bad games that still have those niche core fan bases, you know what I mean? And then there are universally adored things, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2, that everyone loves that, you know, you might not really vibe with a whole lot. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. So, Nate, since this was your brainchild, why don't you kick things off? Is that cool, big dog?
Yeah, why not? And let's kick it off with the one that actually started it all, and that is XDefiant. Mm-hmm. I played this game for probably 10 hours. There's a chance probably less. So this was one that I didn't really stick with. It was one that I will pop in and watch people Twitch stream and stuff every now and then. But if you played it, you know, it didn't like feel the best, and it didn't function in ways that you would expect most FPSs to. But there was some stuff in there, like the way that they tie in all of the Ubisoft properties as the different factions, and then the outfits that they give them are phenomenal. Like, so much so to the point that I truly believe they should rip these assets and put them in other things. There is a faction that is the Wolves from Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm a very big Ghost Recon fan. And the look of the Wolves in that are genuinely better than some of the like basic wolves that are in that game. So I would love for all of the factions in that game to be able to be pulled from the dead and given new life into these other Ubisoft properties, because that is the one thing that really shined through in that game to me.
Is this a ploy to get a new Splinter Cell game?
It can be. It really can be.
Okay.
We shouldn't need a ploy for a new Splinter Cell. This is what pisses me off.
You'd think.
Yeah, I never played XDefiant, but I just remember when like the initial like trailer started popping off, it had a really cool like vibrant color palette, and that was always like something that I thought was really interesting. The vibrant like purples and blues, everything popped really, really nicely. These typically aren't my style of games. Did you get a lot of playtime in XDefiant, Nate?
No, again, I think I said it. Like 10 hours.
Oh, my bad. So got it.
Yeah, I was very much like everyone else is playing it. I'm just gonna hop in here, like see what it's really about. Maybe it hooks me. It didn't, but there was enough in there that I think a lot of that time might have been spent in the menus, like looking at the things you can unlock.
Like UI stuff?
Like costumes, things like that.
Yeah. Got it.
Weapon skins, yeah.
It was cool. We did a the 70% boys have a really bad habit of filming videos and then never putting them out. We did one on XDefiant.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was mostly going through like the mechanical basis of that game. And Logan certainly had some quibbles with it, but what you're talking about is exactly the thing that drew our attention to it to begin with, is like, this game looks cool. Like I like it. They take the, they take the like Siege style, like the Rainbow Six Siege style. Like we're going to make a character shooter out of this. And then they made that in team deathmatch. And like, it was pretty neat. I never really liked the idea of what do they call it? The punk rock mosh pit or whatever video game, which is a bit much. But yeah, the designs are incredibly cool. The Echelon team specifically, like I joke about Splinter Cell, but the Echelon team fucking kicked ass. They looked awesome.
That's the most Splinter Cell content we've gotten in years.
Yeah.
What you said? Punk rock mosh pit?
This game.
You've never heard of XDefiant?
No, bro.
Yeah, it was a Ubisoft free to play shooter.
It was short-lived. That's probably why. Yeah.
Cam, did you ever get in any XDefiant?
No, the first like multiplayer game that's caught my attention from the past couple of years was when the Power Rangers were added to Fortnite. So I am very removed from like multiplayer games, but now I'm feeling more of that like I need to like play and I just need to shoot some things with my friends. So now I'm like,
that's a weird feeling that happens in like 2026, 2025, maybe late 2024.
Yeah.
Like there's something about like gunning down people with red armbands all of a sudden that feels really good.
Yeah.
Feels
kind of
great.
Lights a fire inside of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a great game about hunting them that's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
You could check that out. Nice. The rat line, go check that
out.
Oh,
yeah, you mentioned that on the last episode.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, XDefiant is a good pull, Nate. Good pull.
Heck yeah. Love it. Cam, what about you? What's your first pick for good art, bad game? Or bad game. We'll put it in power quotes.
Yeah, it's definitely, definitely big air quotes.
Definitely. A little context for kind of how I built my list out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like 9 games on here, just in case y'all are starting to like snipe the list that I have. But I tried to look at games that were lower Metacritic scores, less than 75, which isn't even that low. Because there's usually some gripe that's common enough that's kind of bringing those games down in like the zeitgeist, the conversation around them. And so the first game that I chose was actually my first heartbreak with video games. The first game that I bought full price, tried desperately to put like 15 hours into, and it just would not work, was Mass Effect Andromeda.
Fuck, that's on my list.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good pick.
Man, I am such a big Mass Effect fan. And 3 was the first one. I played 1 and 2 to catch up to once 3 came out. I was reading all the articles on IGN and stuff about it. I was getting hyped up. And then from 3 on, I was just like, what's the next thing they're going to do? Waited for years for Andromeda. And upon pretty much booting it up, I was like, something doesn't feel right. The gameplay, and it's ironic that I'm choosing this because a lot of the facial animations are what people ding for this game, but the art style is there. That, BioWare and Mass Effect, that whole world was, they nailed that, but it was just the execution, the crunch that they put those developers into just made the game suffer. And unfortunately, it'll never be looked on with like positive eyes. But I think the thing that should be celebrated is the art, the world that they have in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, 100%.
So I know you're a huge Mass Effect fan. It sounded like you had it on your list as well.
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. When we talk about building this list of bad games, I'm an Andromeda apologist. I actually had fun with that game. I did not mind it that much. I must have missed all of the horrible, atrocious bugs that happened in that thing. Like, I had a mostly even keel fun time. I am still the most disappointed that we never got the DLC that explains what happens to the other arcs, and that will never be answered. And that's that's just gone to the sands of time. But yeah, you're totally right, Cam. That game is mired in all of the like BioWare was purchased by EA nonsense.
Yeah.
And like you see that cascading through Anthem, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Also
we see
on
that,
my list.
Yeah, we'll see that cascaded through even like Veilguard. Like Veilguard still has some of those visual bugs. But yeah, Mass Effect, man, like what a good style. And like I guess I don't know what your opinion on this is, but the first time they showed off the N7 Day stuff of like this is Liara in like 500 years from now, and she's wearing her N7 armor and she's got her duster on. I was like, but I don't know how I feel about dusters. Like this is supposed to be like shiny plastic and crazy colors. Like I want the blue and the white that we got in Andromeda with like the Pathfinder and everything. It's such a fresh style. Loved it.
Yeah. There was a lot of things with Andromeda that you could just smell the corporate oversight on, just as far as like the directions that some of the story kind of beats were going, and just kind of the misuse of the property, which is so unfortunate. And so it was just like you get bits of that Mass Effect magic in the game, and I don't think any of us are here to like shit on a game or really,
I am. I have.
Well, perfect.
I'm so Phil shitting on things is like
Phil's off for blood.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Teeing it up for you, Phil.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like you can see that the artistic style of like the entire team, all of the people who are actually working on the games, that's all there. We're not trying to discredit that, but man, it's what we're seeing more and more of today, of just that oversight and that I don't know, almost dehumanization of giving people the control to artistically pursue what they know is the North Star for that property.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just like that cookie cutter, like it's that watered down version of exactly what you're looking for. And I very famously am not like the Mass Effect lover. I really enjoyed Mass Effect 2, but other than that, I've never really been big on Mass Effect. And I remember when Andromeda was being talked about, that initial teaser trailer that came out, I was like, maybe I'm gonna get into Mass Effect. Like maybe this is gonna be the one. And then all the reviews and previews started coming out, and I was just like, maybe I'll see myself out. But it's good to know that there's still, like you said, Cam, there's still that BioWare identity somewhere there. You know what I mean? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Phil, what about you, my friend? It sounds like you've gotten one snaked already.
Yeah.
Cam's coming in here, his thieving ways. He's already got one off your list.
He's got the big list, and he's like, snipe one.
Sniping them off.
Yoink. Phil, what about you, everyone? What's your first pull?
All right, I will save the hater energy for later because we got to build up to it. Everyone, maybe Cam doesn't know, but everyone else knows what this one is. My first game is firmly in the space of, I think this got a 70 on Metacritic. People didn't like it when it came out. They had some real sassy opinions about how it was presented. And everything about this game is exactly my shit. And I'm so sad that the team that made this game moved on to something that's equally cool, but very much not my flavor, of robotic dinosaurs and ladies from the future running around with bow and arrow. I am speaking, of course, of the Order 1886.
Yeah, bro.
This game
Incredible.
fucking rips. It's not a bad game. It's a very, very good game. It is a very simple, like 3-hour cover shooter. But man, everything about the lore of this game, the Victorian garb on Arthurian knights is like the sickest shit of all time. Their like twist on vampire killing in a steampunk world and not making it just be Van Helsing is so cool. Their ability to like make it feel cinematic and like filmic with their like letterboxing that everyone was so pissed off about, like it just made it seem so good. And it's one of the first games that I've played where it had a really good dynamic HUD, where you would like, my image of this game does not have any HUD elements on it. Like they are all gone and they will pop in when they need to, but you're just walking around in like a letterboxed, beautiful Victorian London, and you're just having chit chats and walk and talks with your little squire there. And it is an amazing game. I'm so disappointed that it got hit with the the PS4 launch review stuff, because
Yeah.
like, was it better than Gears of War in like combat gameplay feel? I mean, not really, but like it was so unique and so interesting of a world that they built, and then it kind of just got like Guerrilla kind of just got pushed off of it and said like, okay, that did not work. Could you please go make Aloy?
Was it Gorilla or was it Ready at Dawn?
Oh, it
it
might
was
have been
Ready
Ready
at
at
Dawn.
Dawn. Oh shoot! Did I get my
Ready
facts
at Dawn.
wrong?
Oh
Oh
God.
shoot!
Regardless,
People. Oh my god.
Damn it!
Could have been a hater.
The immortal Arthurian legends interacting with Nikolai Tesla in a alternative future where Edison
Yeah.
is a piece of shit and doesn't actually get the praise. Come on, man, that's
So fucking
incredible.
good.
Sir
That's
Galahad? Come
Yeah,
on,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
His name's Galahad.
And you know
It's
what?
so
They
bad.
didn't tell you. Like, it was not like a, hello, it's Sir Galahad.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to Sir Percival, and we're going to go see
Yeah.
King Arthur. Like, they just, like, slow rolled that through the course of the game, and then you're like, oh, that's King Arthur, and maybe there's some plot stuff going on here.
Fun
sorry.
fact, Cam, if you don't know this, yeah. Phil is big Arthurian legend man. He literally has bought basically any game that comes out with just little. So I can't even imagine what Phil was feeling playing this game and discovering
Yeah.
that he was
So
playing an
fucking
Arthurian legend game the entire time.
Yep. Sorry, it was Ready at Dawn. They are currently owned by Oculus Studios. So
perfect.
actually,
Great.
far worse than. being
Yeah,
the
it's somehow
makers of-
worse than you anticipated.
Yeah.
I do think their other games, Lone Echo, was actually very good, but yeah, rip.
Yeah, so that's a good choice, man.
Oh, they don't exist anymore. Sorry,
Oh.
Ready at Dawn is gone.
Yeah, no, they don't exist, unfortunately.
The
It just got
order,
worse and worse.
the order to me feels like good art, good tech demo.
Yes.
Because it's such a shortened experience. I mean, it's like what, 3 to 5 hours, and
Yeah.
it's. I remember when that game first came out, the trailer, and I was like, there is no way that this is what the next generation is going to look like. Like, I was fully locked in, and the game looks as good as that tech demo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the unfortunate thing of like, it's just a tech demo, but
Yeah.
man, is it a good one? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
I think the biggest issue is like it came out in that weird zone of like 2015, right? We hadn't had the second boom of indie games on the Switch, right? With a lot of these games coming out at like $25 to $40, where, you know, like if this game would have come out at $30 fucking dollars and people played it, they probably would have lost their minds. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
but you pay $60 for this and you think it's, oh, this is a PlayStation game. This is going to last me like Ghost of Yotei and shit like that. Play for like 150 hours and have all this replayability. And then, yeah, you end up finishing the game in like 5 hours max, right? And then you're like, that was it? I paid $60 for that? But nowadays, I feel like people are more open to that experience, which
I was going to say that came out in that weird time where it was like games were either $60 or they were like $15. There was no in between. There was no double A. There was like A and triple A. That was it. You were either playing like indie walking simulators or you were playing triple A titles, and the Order 1886 was in a weird way kind of ahead of its time in that regard. And like you said, Eric, like if they just priced it how we price it now, but who knows how receptive audiences would have been to that at that time, because it was that kind of weird time where you go, oh, your game's $30, like what's wrong with it? You know what I mean? I don't think there's that same sentiment now. So it is sad because the Order 1886, it's funny, that was on my list. That's like the fourth thing on my list of 4. I remember playing through that at a buddy's house, a friend of the show, Sin. I ended up playing it at his house. And I remember my son, I was like, I'm not really big on like the shooting mechanics don't feel super crisp, but I was going through B-roll when researching for this episode, and I'm like, this game still looks fucking amazing. And it's 12 years old. And it's so sad that didn't, because it's such an interesting and unique art style that it's like, it's sad that it feels like it should have been one of Sony's like tentpole franchises, and it just evaporated because of the conversation around it. And it's super unfortunate because that world that they were building was so fucking cool, dude. It was so cool.
man, PlayStation could have literally, if they would have like marketed this well, done, like backed it up and everything like that. They had this and fucking Bloodborne come out in the same goddamn year.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. The chokehold they could have had if, oh man. And that's the other thing. This ran that beautifully on a base PS4. The PS4 Pro was not out yet. Like, oh yeah, what a disappointment.
Yeah. Super sad.
What could have been.
Do you think we ever see, like, I mean, can you imagine, like, if I don't know where that IP rests, is it just gone forever in like red tape?
I would think it probably died with Ready at Dawn. I would assume.
So,
well, Santa Monica Studios was also on it, so I don't know if it rests with them at this point. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think it was internally developed by Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they hold on to it forever. I doubt that it comes back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it was like the black mark was too soaked into that game. But I mean, hey, I would be remiss to say if I saw a trailer for a sequel or something and they were actually, I mean, I'd probably lose my mind. But I don't think it'll happen.
This is my remake Bloodborne. Yeah. Is what I'm saying.
Can I join that as well? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, but this is crazy because I was like, this had to be an Astrobot, right? And I looked, and it's only in Astro's playroom. It's not. It didn't even make it in Astro.
Yeah. Really?
They didn't even make a little Galahad Astrobot to save.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't have even that, and they have They had free DLC for Astrobot. There's a lot of those, and it says right here,
non-Sony developed stuff in there.
Yeah. And they were all nondescript versions of those IPs, which is an even more egregious part.
So that's a death nail if I've ever heard one. They had multiple Bloodborne things, and that's man.
RIP, dude.
This made me so mad thinking about this. I forgot about this game, unfortunately, but now I'm like, God, this game's so sick. Why? Why? This sucks. Fuck it. 1886 is coming to Short Game Long Talk. It falls in the category. I'll bring Phil's ass on there.
Hell yeah. I'll bring my tomes.
This doesn't fit. This doesn't fit in the cute category, but it's fine.
That's kind of cute.
That's kind of cute.
It's kind of a cute little game. It's a cute little game. Yeah. The 2015 cutie. Yeah.
Well, Eric, speaking of cute, you're up next, my friend.
All right.
What is your first pick?
Okay. So this is going to be a fun one. Okay. This is a fun one. And I think it'll resonate with at least 3 people on here, maybe 4, maybe all 5, honestly, but at least 3. My game is 2 games, and they're 2 games that I love dearly.
He's cheating.
But we all have.
I'm already breaking the rules. All right, go.
We already have to, and they're highly reviewed, but for the time. We have to admit that these games are not good, and they are solely successful on vibes, and music, and style, but 0 gameplay, and that is Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future.
I was gonna say, was this a Dreamcast game? Yep.
Yeah. Those games are fun.
Eric.
Those games are fun, but they're not good games. The remake that they did of Jet Set Radio 1 definitely fixed a lot of the issues. I have a Dreamcast within arm's reach right now. I have my original copy of Jet Set Radio. That game sucks to play on that original console. And it's not, Jet Set Radio Future is not much better. But goddamn, the music, the style, that cell shading, dude, that game lives and breathes by its vibe alone. Because I guarantee you most people who like that game have not played it. Especially because Jet Set Radio Future is almost unplayable on all kind of emulation, and you have to have the actual physical original hardware because it's one of those few games on Xbox that's not backwards compatible. Ooh. So yeah, that's my first pick.
Yeah. Oh, that one breaks my heart, but I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. They don't, from a gameplay perspective, they feel awful. They do not feel good. Yeah. They look incredible. You know what I mean? Even now with the jankiness of a game that's, at this point over 20 years old, like games that are over 20 years old, like they're still just the animation style is so beautiful. And God, the soundtrack, like I look back on the Tony Hawk franchise, Jet Set Radio Future, and NBA Street Volume 2. Like those are like the 3 games that, and Def Jam Fight for New York. Those are like the 4 games where I'm like, well, there's a lot of games, but the point is like great soundtracks, and Jet Set Radio Future is one of those ones where I'm just like, I still have a playlist on my phone of like people just put together like their own Jet Set Radio playlist, and it's just the soundtrack is unmatched. The art is just and it just being a kid and being like, can we fly to Tokyo? Like, how expensive is it to go to Japan?
Like Naganuma, Hideki Naganuma, like he is so legendary for this music that like if you even try to make a spiritual successor to, you have to get him. Like he literally like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk has him for the full soundtrack. Lethal League Blaze, which has very similar style, it's a different game, has him on there. Like Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, one of the spin-offs, has stuff with him in it. Like Yakuza 5, Super Monkey Ball. Like there's these things that basically you put him in the game and it's like, okay, you're going to have a Jet Set Radio vibe and people are going to freak out about it. It's dude. And the character design is just insane, bro. Man. It is insane. And I am one of the people, I think Jet Set Radio 1 has much better character design than 2. I think they went a little too futuristic to match with everything. But yeah, man, like I can't defend this game as a good game, but God, is it the vibe is immaculate. It's perfect.
Oh, I died a little bit inside there,
but I'm not wrong, man. Like
you are not wrong.
Look, back in the day on my old YouTube channel that I had with some friends, the entire branding I did was all Jet Set Radio stuff. All of it,
so good.
Down to spray paint. The subscribe button was the literal can of spray paint. Like I literally taught myself how to do the style of the Jet Set Radio logo and like where everything. I love the game, but they're not that good. But if you want to play it on Xbox or on Steam, the remake of the first one is pretty solid.
Oh God, I might have to jump back into Jet Set just to like spend years, but like I can still feel it in my control. Like I have like the controller muscle memory, and I just know it feels terrible. But I just want to confirm. I want to go back.
You get the second stick, so you can control the camera a little bit. But it's not a good game, but it's a good vibe and it's a good time.
I have to point out really quick, all those EA Sports big titles were mentioned, and no SSX Tricky.
Oh, SSX Tricky. Yeah.
What the erasure?
How could I forget? How could I forget?
I mean, Macy Gray is in that video game, Gianni. We can't forget Macy Gray.
Can't forget Macy Gray, dude.
We have to.
I never got to play Jet Set Radio, but my husband's a huge fan. And when you said it, I feel like I could hear him out in the kitchen. He's going, just a piece of his heart just got chipped away. So.
Look, if you're a lover of Jet Set Radio,
you'd probably agree.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that's very true.
On the Dreamcast and the original Xbox, like those on the new Xbox with actual modern, the remake came out. Came out in 2013. It definitely feels a lot better, and you can rip through that game pretty easily. But man, yeah, it's a bad game. But it's got beautiful art.
Yeah. I'd be curious because I know Sega has teased that they're resurrecting Jet Set in this like big, what is it, like their 30 or 40 year run. So I know we're going to see more Jet Set here in the next 12 to 24 months. I don't know if that just entails like a fully remade version of the original or if this is like a brand new Jet Set, but I'd be curious to see how they modernize it. It's really going to boil down to how does it control? Are they going to make this game control well? Because like I said, I can still feel it. And I just know it controls bad. Like in 2026, it just does not control well.
It's like if I see a half pipe, I'm like, "Fuck me, bro." Yeah, like this sucks.
Yeah.
But if it's
not like a Tony Hawk where like you can look back at an old. Once you hit like Tony Hawk 3, you can be like, "Man, it still holds up from a control standpoint for the most part." Jet Set, not so much.
No, it's one of those games where you have to be doing enough, like have enough speed to then jump, then do a trick. Like it's not a jump, press a button to do a trick. It's like if you're not going fast enough, you will not get a high jump. You'll just get a little ha, and that's it. You're like, great, thanks. Just kill the vibe. But it's the environments, everything about the game except the gameplay. Very cool.
Agreed.
Very cool.
I gotta agree.
But I'll be curious if with the remaster, remake, whatever, if they do get Naganuma back, because I know they're not on the best terms, and I'd be pretty fucking scared if they don't have him. But I mean,
did they fall out?
Yeah, he
or is he not a great guy?
No, he's not a bad guy. I think he's just a bit like I like he is very like stuck to his like I need to be on this game kind of thing, and I think they're just like we made the game, you made the music kind of thing, and it's like it's both sides are right and both sides are wrong at the same time kind of thing. I'm curious. I hope he does land on the game, because boy, he's still making good music. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, great soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, fellas, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go first. So I want to go with something poorly received that stuck for me, or do I want to go with something positively received that did not work for me?
That one
Yeah.
is so much
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh boy. Okay, I'm kind of scared. All right. So early in the like 2010s, probably right around the same time. It's probably the early PS4 era. So, RIP Order 1886. Speaking of walking sims, a lot of great walking sims coming out about 10 to 13 years ago. Gone Home, What Remains of Edith Finch, my personal favorite, Unfinished Swan. I like these games. I love these games. I went through like a heavy era where I was just only fucking with these games. Mm-hmm. But there is another game that was very positively received that I did not hate, but I definitely did not. I walked away from it going, huh. And that is a game that Eric himself has talked about with friend of the show, Chris Nerdleys, on Short Game Long Talk. And that is Firewatch.
Oh,
Firewatch.
You're also wrong. It was Kayla.
Oh, it was Kayla. It was Kayla. My bad. It was Kayla. Also friend of the show. Also friend of the show. It was Kayla. My bad. This is Firewatch. Firewatch is one of those games where when I first booted it up, I was like, wow, the reason I have it on this list is because that game feels like a Pixar movie. Like everything about being in that environment feels like being in a Pixar movie. It reminds me of like almost like the Team Fortress 2 art style, that very cartoon Incredibles art vibe is what I get from it. And I love that look. It's almost like 1960s coded, even though the game takes place in the 80s or the 90s. It just has like a very beautiful vibey feel. The sun sets and the sun rises. It's just such a beautiful environment to exist in. Other than that, though, the story just did not do it for me. I feel like it ends on a wet fart. Like the credits rolled, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like I guess that's where we're ending this one off. But I think its biggest like redeeming quality, at least for me specifically, which again, research for the show, I did a little quick Google. It sounds like I'm definitely in the minority on this one, but there's a very small group of haters on this that are with me, is that this is a very vibes based experience. At least for me, it was. The world of Firewatch is just, it's absolutely gorgeous. It feels good to look at. I mean, it is one of those games where you kind of just stop, pause, reflect for a second. But other than that, I just could not get behind Firewatch. So that's going to be my first pick for.
G, I'm with you. My
there
favorite,
it is. I
my
got an
favorite
agreeer.
part of Firewatch was actually the part in the Stanley Parable where you go to the tower.
Oh, you're right.
Man,
Yeah, Firewatch just didn't do it for me.
can I critique you a bit here on what the story is?
Go for it.
It's your own fault that you didn't like the story because it's all your choices.
Oh,
Well, that's fine.
Get him.
Because it's literally all based on your
didn't like it.
It's all based on your choices.
No, I get that, but it just feels, it just didn't end like in a climactic way for me. And I think that is just what it just kind of, you're not wrong. It just, it left me kind of going, thinking that I missed something, which maybe I did. It's entirely possible that I did miss stuff, but it just felt very, very, very anticlimactic for me.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I can see that.
Yeah. Phil, what are
I
your
disagree
thoughts?
with you, but I see it. You're right though. Like the art in this game is wild. It feels cheating to use it actually. In like 2016, I feel like probably every single one of us knew one friend who had the yellow gold background with the like lighter or the
desktop.
darker orange. Yep, as a desktop. Like
I did.
that's just
I did.
fucking everywhere. It's such a gorgeous looking game, and like the work that went in having like, you know, Mad Men's Harry Crane being the main guy there, like they went all the way with making this thing work, and it like does not need to be as cool looking as it is for the story they're telling, and it still is kind of unmatched in that kind of way.
Yeah, I think the other thing is like the overall like the like movement and everything like that in that game, like the way that Henry, like when he drops down on a thing, like you're like, okay, yeah, this is like a 45 50-year-old man like jumping down a thing. Like you're like, oh yeah, his knees are feeling that. Like if you're very immersed, like by the end of it, because you are making those choices and having those decisions with Delilah, like you are like, you become Henry. Like I knew I was just like, the beginning of that game is just choices. And like by the end of it, it's just this magic trick of like, you are Henry. You made these choices. You chose his life up until that point. And then all of a sudden you're like, that's it. Now you're him. And yeah, it's very interesting. Like, selfish plug, go watch or listen to the Short Game Long Talk episode with me, Jess, and Kayla. Yeah. Yes. Kayla. And we all had very different experiences. Like, you know, some of us didn't trust Delilah. Some of us were like, you know, flirting with Delilah the whole time. Some of us were just like casual coworkers with Delilah. Like, it is a very interesting experience of how you're going to, because Henry will react differently. Yeah. Based off of who he is as an authored character that you're creating. And so it is a very, very interesting game, and it's super short too. That's the other thing, is you can get through it really quickly. And like, yeah, it's God, like it's a game that when you beat it, you unlock the ability to go everywhere and just take photos. Like it's that good, right? Yep. It's a real good game. But you know, everybody has their own opinion. Maybe play it again. Maybe play it again. Maybe I should.
Now. You know,
you're a different person now.
Yeah, I'm always down to give it a second shake, and I'm a firm believer in like, I always talk about how like my experience with, you know, Last of Us 1 pre-kids was different than Last of Us post-kids. My experience with God of War 2018 pre-kids was different than my experience with God of War Ragnarok post-kids. So it's like, and I'm not saying that is the well, actually that could be the frame of reference, but
hell, just a big relationship. Like if you're single when you played this, which I was the first time, I had like almost no connection to it. But then when I played through it again recently as a married man, I was like, oh fuck,
the frames are different.
It's so crazy. So
those first 10 minutes hit real hard depending on where you are in relationship status.
So yeah, maybe, hey, there's your next Monday morning stream.
John. I'm always down to give something a second shake. So I'm not like unwavering in that opinion, but it has stuck with me for like over a decade, where I just specifically remember rolling credits and going, okay, let's go play Fez.
You know what I mean? That's a good choice too. No, that's a good. I like this pick. This was fun. That was spicy, and I like it.
We'll start a little spicy. Start a little spicy. Nate, we'll bring it back around to you, my friend. What's your second pick?
I have one that is. Listen, when I said art can be anything, I really mean it, because this isn't about the visual style. It's not about the music, though the music's pretty good, and it's definitely not about the writing. It is about specific mechanics that are in the game. That, God, why have they never come back? And that is from Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline, if you didn't know, was their sequel to Battlefield 4, which has been revered as one of the best in the franchise. And then they took a hard turn and went, what if cops and robbers? And the majority of Battlefield fans went, fucking what? And
the correct answer.
Really love it. Totally understand why. The campaign, a fun, like, detective story. That's kind of cool, but that's not like what people play most Battlefields for. But in the multiplayer, there was a thing called the heist mode, which was like it wasn't a conquest, it wasn't a team deathmatch. It was doing something that we now see other games starting to like replicate. And it was a cool, large scale cops versus robbers heist, where you could use certain equipment that has not been in a Battlefield game since that functions in such a smooth and nice way, that are things like grapple hooks and zip lines, that you could do things like grapple or shoot up a grapple onto a building, climb it, and then shoot a zip line down onto the roof of another and then snipe from there. That's never been a thing again in Battlefield. And it's something that just fits so well. And I'm like, why are these gadgets in these modes that like really, really worked in this game that wasn't fantastic? Why haven't those been iterated on and added into new ones?
Was this, I'm curious, Nate, this was your idea. Was this because you brought up Hardline, I think, on like episode 4 or 5, like very early on. Was this the thing that like maybe, what was are you saving the game? Wait, we've already done 2. What was the game that inspired this prompt?
Oh, my first one. It was
XDefiant.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, no, that I like, that sounds cool. And like, I'm reading the Wikipedia page and just being able to like drop construction equipment off of buildings to destroy buildings and stuff like that. Like, it is cool, but yeah, I don't want to play as a fucking cop. Like,
it was
Fair.
the basis of the game was very like, okay, for a Battlefield, we're doing robbers. All right.
This
But
could have
then
just been a
there are-
DLC. Like,
It really could have, yeah.
Yeah.
But there are mechanics in that I think are some of the best in the franchise that have not made their way back. Like a zip line would fit in Battlefield 6, and I can see so many situations that it would really help.
I like can't believe that there isn't one. Like that feels like the most Battlefield ass thing.
That's
to
so
have.
Battlefield.
every game has a zip line now, or some kind of like
Fucking
grapple
Master
hook.
Chief has a grappling hook. Like what are we doing here?
Come on, dude. Master Chief has one.
Come on, Master Chief's got one.
It was that like classic grapple hook too, where it was
Yeah.
a whole ass thing that you have to launch an actual hook onto somewhere that it can grab.
This is the 3rd game from 2015 we've talked about.
It sounds like we're getting a running theme here.
Wait, when
There's
did
a very
Firewatch
specific era.
Firewatch was 2015 I think.
come out? Oh no.
I think it
No,
is.
2016. 2016.
Okay.
2016. That would have been very weird. Oh man. Yeah, that's very interesting. You would think they would recycle like the good stuff from this game,
You would think.
but
I go for
on.
it. Go for it.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say I can't speak on Hardline like specifically because my experience with Battlefield is it's very spotted. Like I remember getting Battlefield 3, I think was like the first one on 360 if I remember. Battlefield 4 was the first one on the Xbox One. I had that one, but to bring it back around to like kind of the art situation, right? Because I know Hardline, I remember it having very middling reception. The Battlefield team is just so good at their like environmental structure and the way they have your character interact with their environments. And on top of that, they're gorgeous to look at. Like, so when you bring up those kind of mechanics and how they feed into like the environmental design, that's just something that's so well done. Say what you want about these kinds of games, it's very well done by the Battlefield team. And I honestly think they're pretty close to unmatched in that department for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at review scores. The highest I see is an 8 out of 10 from IGN.
Yeah, I think it's a
like,
73 on OpenCritic.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I remember I played a little bit of Battlefield 4. This was back when I was still like basically trying any shooter that came out if I could afford it. And yeah, this one missed me because I think I was just like, huh? like this could have just been its own thing probably. It's so strange. Yeah, it's like looking at the cover of this game as a dude with aviators and a button-up shirt and like he's just a cop, and I'm like, I don't want anything. Like, put the robber on there and maybe I'll be more. Yeah, Cam just looked at it.
Yeah.
What is that? That doesn't feel like Battlefield to me.
No,
That was the problem. Yeah. It really
They should have just called it a different game.
Yeah,
or
hardcore.
you know.
DLC.
just
Yeah.
Hardline would have been clean. Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe they wanted the Battlefield name.
Oh,
but that
yeah.
might have just been a detriment, at that point. Maybe they wanted the Battlefield name for marketing purposes. It's just, I don't know. There's just something. And they did the same thing with Need for Speed, didn't they? They did something very similar.
I don't know.
I'm not
EA's,
sure.
Not the
EA
Battlefield
makes
team, but EA did a similar
EA
thing with
makes
Need for
the
Speed,
best
where it's like,
decisions, of course,
let's be
so.
police. Yeah, of course they make great decisions. Well, it's ACAB over here at the Content Mill, but that was a great pick. And like I said, the way that they play into like the environmental design, they're incredible at what they do in that regard, for sure.
Absolutely.
Cam,
All right.
what is your second pick?
Well, I see we're starting to get a little spicier. The temperature's starting to turn up a little bit.
Bring the pain.
And I'm looking at my list and I'm like, safe. And so I'm trying to rack my brain a little bit. Like, what's a game that I love that just didn't resonate with the fan base, with the critics, with sales numbers? And
That's a big one.
Final Fantasy 13. This is not my pick. Final Fantasy 13 is starting to have its moment in the sun again, which thank God, because that game deserves it. It's got beautiful art, great characters. And so I'm starting to shift a little bit, and I'm like, what's the spiciest one that I could probably say that I can think of? And my pick for number 2 is Horizon Forbidden West.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
with
good
you,
one.
dude.
That's a
I'm
good
totally with you.
I don't think there's a prettier game that's on the PS5. Was it PS4? PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
It was,
pretty
the
game, but yeah.
DLC was exclusive to 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that game nails so many things. The aesthetics overall, the robotic dinosaurs that are repopulating in like this post-apocalyptic Earth, the tribes, the different characteristics of these humans and how they've adapted. Everything about it aesthetically is like check. But I don't know if I've ever played a game where I am just like slogging through to get through it all. And it makes me think like they just really tried to make a video game here. Like it feels just like it's Guerrilla, right? Guerrilla for both. Yeah.
Could be Ready at Dawn. Who knows?
Could be.
But yeah, the game aesthetically is just like catnip. But both games I've played all the way through, and by the end of the game, I'm just like, I don't ever want to touch this series again, which sucks. So I would say that's my second pick for great art, bad video game.
Hunter's Gathering isn't doing it for you?
No, is that the VR one?
No, that's the new MMO one or whatever.
There's some spicy takes on that. I think that it's cool that they're switching up the style. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Is it cheaper? Do the developers get to have a bit more creative freedom? Hell yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cam, you are literally like speaking my exact opinion on Horizon, because I have on record multiple times, I have tried Horizon Zero Dawn specifically 3 times, 3 separate times. And I get a little bit further each time. And I'm like, I get to that point where, and I've done this with a lot of games. I did this with Spider-Man 2018. I'm like, I go back to it years later. I'm like, this is a masterpiece. God of War 2018. I'm like, I go back years later. I'm like, this is incredible. So it's like, I'm no stranger to giving, like we were just talking about, I'm no stranger to giving a second shake to something that just didn't click for me. I have tried and tried and tried with Horizon multiple times. And it is one of those things, like you said, check boxes. I'm like, I get it. I see it. My brother loves the franchise. He's always trying to get me to get back into it. And it's just like something about it, does not click for me. And same exact thing. I saw the new like squad based kind of like class based Horizon game, and I'm like, it's kind of cartoony. They kind of Fortnite-ified it a little bit. I'm like,
Definitely.
I'm kind of digging a little like change from the formula a little bit. So I could not agree with you more. And it's one of those ones too where I'm like, we're gonna get a third one. Eventually there's going to be another game in the franchise, and I hope it does well. I'm sure it'll be like critically acclaimed, and I'm glad it is. We want games to succeed. We want games to be beloved in that regard. I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I will not pick this franchise up again because I've tried and tried and tried and tried. If it takes me more than 2 shakes, like I'm like, all right, I think I'm out here.
So there's a lot of, one thing I always have to point this out whenever Forbidden West and Zero Dawn are talked about. Whoever decided when these games should come
Breath
out,
of the Wild.
should be absolutely no, not even Breath of the Wild. They did it twice. Elden Ring came out 5 days after the second one.
Yeah.
Who just move it to the summer, and you would have been fine. But literally, like, I just remember this game coming out, the first one. and I didn't play it when it came out because I knew Breath of the Wild was like right around the corner, and I have gotten hands on this game, and it basically feels like, the best way to put it is like the dying breath of these type of games. It was the last one, and it's a really good one of these, but no one fucking wants these anymore, right? Yote and Tsushima I've heard are similar but a little better. I haven't gotten hands on those, but it's basically like
much better. But
yeah, it's the Ubisoft of like, here's a bunch of objects and things on your map, go do stuff, instead of being like, hey, you went this way and decided to do this thing and now you're rewarded for it because you thought of it, kind of thing. And it's just so funny. It's literally like it came out, and then like 7 days later, 8 days later, however many, like less than 2 weeks, Breath of the Wild came out and revolutionized what an open world game should be. And this is basically like the last version of this that was not inspired by Breath of the Wild, because basically Breath of the Wild came out and everyone was like, oh, we have to rethink everything about an open world game now. And it's just so funny how close that was, like the dying breath of this kind of genre. They still make them obviously, but like I have no desire to, because I'm like, I need the discovery, I need the self discovery and self journey that you go on with these games without instructions, kind of thing. So it is very interesting, but the games are cool. I think I think that it's a perfect game, because like, holy shit, like my closest experience with this game was the Horizon level on Astrobot, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like, and then but I'm like, the game was
It's like, no, I'm not falling for this trick again.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is unfortunate, like you said, like in a world without Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, like Horizon is probably like the ultimate. It's the pinnacle of that kind of style. Phil's making a face. I don't know how I feel about the face.
There's like two things I can say about Horizon. Horizon, number one, I like Horizon better than Breath of the Wild. But we can like talk about that later. Horizon also makes Ubisoft games look good. So like there's a weird spectrum here, but like if you didn't vibe with Forbidden West, go play AC Odyssey. It is a better version of this game in every single possible way. It is like, it has the discovery bits. It lets you turn off all of the checkbox bullshit and just gives you like, hey, you heard this thing might be happening to the southwest of this town. You go figure it out. Like there are innovations that happened in these types of games, which is why, like when you're talking about like this feels like the epitome of one of these games, I think it is, but it's those specific types of games that like it is competing with like Black Flag. Like we're like mid 2015 open world vomit games, and like they just never really went past that. They leveled up the art design. Like Forbidden West is incredible compared to Zero Dawn. Like Zero Dawn was like the one that started it, and like they had some really good ideas there, but Forbidden West with like all the water stuff and like going coastal with it, it's fucking gorgeous. And they like really went crazy with all of the really cool animal stuff. And I think that, Cam, to your point, the different tribes and like how they represent all the different people, it felt very cartoony and weird to me in Zero Dawn. And I think they really like took it beyond like the faction Fortnite skins that were in the first one, and then like made it so much better in Forbidden West. But yeah, I just want that game to be as good as an Assassin's Creed game, which is like such harsh criticism.
That's a crazy sentence.
Yeah,
That's rough.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. So mainly for Phil and Cam. So having played both games, right? Cam, it sounds like you didn't really vibe with either of them. Phil, it sounds like you did vibe with both of them. Is it a safe bet to jump on to the second one from like a lore perspective, or is it like mandatory homework to just to use your words, slog your way through that first one to get to the second one?
Phil, what would you say?
No. I mean, that feels like the perfect like browse a Wikipedia page or watch a lore video to me.
Yeah.
Like there is a lot of game in Zero Dawn, and I could spoil the one important thing about Aloy as a character, and you're probably good to go for Forbidden West.
Yeah. I'm never going to be the person to say, go play this 70-hour game just so you can get to this next one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the thing that I think they've missed the most with the entire IP is Aloy. There is nothing there. There is no, and I know that the actor who voiced it, was it Ashley Birch? No,
Birch.
I think it was.
might
Yeah.
have been. Yeah,
I think that's right, yeah.
Incredible actress,
Mhm.
but
Yep.
the Aloy character, I feel like that might be the thing that just made me feel like I don't want to go check another box because I'm not getting any personality or like real stakes.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's the hang up that I have. So yeah, completely agree with Phil. If you're gonna play either of them, go with the prettier one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
going to be more worth your time.
And like the gameplay,
there's a part of me
really
that is
not
like
different.
a little. What was it, Phil?
The gameplay is not really that different.
Got
like
it.
they did not evolve the game from 1 to 2 in that kind of way.
Because a part of me, I am, I have a habit of succumbing to the old game is old syndrome, So, I mean, if it makes sense for me to jump in on a sale for the new one, I would be totally willing, because I've never even tried Forbidden West. I've never even attempted it.
Yeah.
One, I remember I tried twice on the base PS4, and then I think they did like the remaster, or like the upgraded version.
Yeah.
I tried that as well on the PS5. I just didn't vibe with me. Did not vibe with me. Maybe one day, guys. Good pick. Who's next? Phil, I think.
All right, it's hater o'clock, guys.
Oh boy, favorite time of the day.
Chug on that haterade.
Favorite time of the day.
There's not even a prelude to this. This fucking game, Atomic Heart, has the best art, and it is the most bullshit video game of all time.
That's funny.
It's such
Take a breath.
fucking disaster. I want so there. Okay, all right. Hold on. Atomic Heart. It is a game that is cribbing off of immersive sims. It is designed in a way and gives you interaction of stuff like BioShock. We're ramping up for the Prey episode, and I've gone back to Atomic Heart in the last 5 days, and the amount of Prey that is in that game that they are just stealing from there and just shitting all over it,
Yeah.
it's a little unreal. But the thing that I think I hate most about Atomic Heart is that it like truly nails the retro future Soviet style.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good. It is like highly glossed. It is the most like, this is a pretty ass video game, down to the like, I spent so much of my original videos like looking at computers. Like the little props that they put in that world to make it feel lived in, gorgeous. Like their vision of a Soviet future in like the mid 50s is incredible. But like the protagonist that talks like a 2010 4chan edgelord is like the fucking worst. And sorry Cam, I sent this in the Content Mill host chat, but they are launching their 4th DLC right now. It is coming out later in April.
It's so unbelievable.
It's still coming out.
Jesus.
Wild. And the amount that this team has glommed onto the faceless Soviet sexy ballerina robot
Oh my
as a
God.
mascot for their thing is like not only just despicable, it is like truly disgusting that like they have a vending machine that is like
The vending machine.
the vending machine like sexually harasses you as a player character. And it's like yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Have you not seen the
AI
clip? It's a very famous 70% complete clip.
Oh, it's
Not the
bad,
vending.
dude.
Maybe I have. I just remember a
It's
refrigerator.
bad. Like the writing in this game is absolute garbage trash, and it's because it's stealing all of the shit from BioShock and from Prey and like Dishonored. Like it is taking the best of these genres and it is just throwing it in a blender and making you feel bad about it, all the while having the most wild robot designs, like having the like, the ballerinas aside, like that's a whole other thing. But like they're like whirligig robots, like they do the awesome, like everything is like plastic anodized and like chromed out and looks really cool. And then the dude just opens his fucking mouth and it's just like,
And
I
he
can't play
says
this game.
crispy critters,
Which means
something like
nothing.
400 times.
They're doing
That-
it would you
that's
kindly,
great.
but it doesn't do anything.
It does.
It's nuts. Like this, there's not enough hate in my heart for a game like Atomic Heart, because it
Thank you
is
so
just
much
like
for bringing this
so
one.
despicable.
I can't believe this is still getting DLC when it's sitting at a 76, 70, and 73 on Metacritic. on
And
different
a new
platforms.
one has been announced, correct?
Two new ones.
What?
Yeah.
One's a PvP. I maybe gonna be an extraction shooter type of
Yeah.
thing where like
Oh
the
my
world changes as you're playing.
Oh shit,
And
the
then
cube, right?
Atomic
The
Heart
cube.
2. Yeah,
If-
the
So
cube.
if you look at the ballerina twins and think, I mean, that's a little far, guys. Like maybe you should have pulled it back. Like I see what you're doing, and that's, you know, you didn't even do good fembots. Like what's going on here? just pull up some screenshots for the cube, and it is the most like early 2000s rap video, like music video. Just it's so bad. Like everything about it is like the most disgusting. Like it is a true Gooner game. Like they just like fully went all in on it, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's rough.
Here's the thing. Cam, here at the Content Melt, we have a firm love of what we call art direction.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
And maybe that falls solely on my shoulders. Maybe
little
that
bit.
started with me, but we love art direction. And I'm a big fan of the art direction. But even I have a line where I go, all right, there's art direction, and then there's like male gaze bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, what the fuck are we doing, you guys? Like, it's insane here. It's insane here. Again, big fan of art direction. Not a fan of whatever the fuck they're doing over here. This is insane, Phil. I've popped into a couple of your VODs for Atomic Heart, and I remember going like, oh, that's BioShock. Oh, that's Dishonored. Oh, that's. But I didn't realize the extent of what. There's like some like insane levels of thievery going on with this. It's
I mean,
nuts.
their whole thing, if the stealing from BioShock is so overt that like they went, oh, Infinite has floating cities? Oh, we'll just
Yeah.
have floating city and make it Russian. We're good.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
the
know
whole
if-
thing is like the whole plot of that game is like the collective 2.0, which is like using like brain goo to like connect everyone. And like the opening bit of that game is that you like get a polymerization shot or whatever that lets you be a grand pianist. Like it is like fully just stealing neuromods from Prey in like such a ridiculous kind of way. It's just like, man, I come on.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game made by humans that has felt more like generative AI.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
in its essence, it's stealing all the best things from
Yep.
all these different franchises, and unfortunately, it's just making shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the shit looks pretty from a like a perspective, but every trailer I've seen of Atomic Heart, I've just been like, this feels like plagiarism, like just straight up. And it bums me out even more that there's even deeper issues with some of the like dialogue, and I'm just like, oh no, it's now I have to.
That's
look
actually
at this.
that's an interesting perspective, because it's like the redeeming quality, you feel shitty about even admiring the one redeeming quality, which is like, you're like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it looks great, but at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, and where were these assets inspired from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty feeling.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of like incredible, like again, like the world design that they have going on, like the enemy design even is like really good, and then everything else is just the most gratuitous Barbarella bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like not like Barbarella, like it's not made
That's such a
in that.
shame.
Yeah, you know,
God,
it's
I
like,
love. Yeah, retrofuturism is such a like
yeah.
era to be pulling from, and they just it just
Yeah.
sucks.
The first three screenshots for the cube have the first three screenshots featuring characters have the most gratuitous ass shots.
Oh,
so
It's pretty
this
in your
game.
face.
Yeah.
But they're mannequin enemies that like move all funky and weird.
Yeah.
That was something that was really cool.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the first time you run into the dumb robot who has a mustache, which is unclear why he has a mustache, and then his face opens up and he just shoots a fucking laser at you. Sick shit. Mm-hmm. It's just the rest of it's the game part that isn't so great.
So the real question is, are you going to play the sequel?
I mean, I'm playing the rest of the first game. Unfortunately, I have to get to the part where
Self-punishment.
I have to get to the part. Speaking of stealing, where they go to a part of the place that's called Neptune, and the man
No.
goes on an elevator, and he
No.
goes down, and he says, "Wow, what a rapture to behold."
Oh,
And it's like, what?
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
I think they're being so tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
but it's
I
like it's
hate-
not even clever. It's
Yeah. Smarminess in a video game is never going to win over an audience member. Like,
Yep.
Never.
But the
Oh,
people
God.
who love this game fucking love this game. And,
I'm sure they do.
I bet I know exactly what kind of people they are too.
They're not incredibly literate in the comment section, I'll tell you that.
Oh man, good pull. Good pull. It's one of those games that I kind of want to like hate play one day, just because like it's like why you're just like seeing a train wreck. You're like, I kind of want to check it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at the same time,
Come on the show, Johnny.
it's also a slog to get through because like it's not easy and it doesn't have the fluidity of like a BioShock.
Yeah.
No.
It
Yeah.
fights you the
And it's like
whole
25
time.
hours long for the main game or something. It's a lot.
Eric, what is your second pull?
My second poll, I was gonna, I was kicking around some ideas. I had 3 games. I was gonna talk about. I wore my Sonic shirt because I think every 3D Sonic is terrible but has incredible music. But I think I'm gonna use. We've had a lot of hater energy out there. I'm gonna take one back. We're gonna go into the love of a game that is sitting at around anywhere between an 85 and a 90 on the reviews.
Ooh.
But when it came out in 2011, 2010, one of the two, only sold in its native country of Japan 444,000 physical copies. And
Really?
barely sold over 80,000 in its lifetime. But this thing is reviewed well, even got a remaster, and this is Ghost Trick.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
I've heard of Ghost Trick.
Ghost Trick, what is its subtitle? Phantom Detective.
Yeah.
Didn't they just re-release this on Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch?
On PC, PC, Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch. It came out on everything in 2023.
Yeah.
This game rips, dude. The art style, the mechanics of this game. Basically, you are an amnesiac ghost orb that can possess non-living things. And by doing that, you can move things around, whether it's like opening up an umbrella, swinging a part of a grandfather clock, like things like that, to basically solve puzzles by like swinging yourself into other things, making Rube Goldberg machines to find out what killed you. And basically, you get to play as Sissel, who can manipulate like non-living things. And if you go ahead, want to talk about good art direction. The character design of everyone in this, Missile the Pomeranian, and I'm blanking on the girl's name, but where's the detective that's kind of a bad guy throughout most of it. But this was developed by Shu Takumi, who made Ace Attorney, and he loves this game.
Right.
If you've seen, basically when this game got announced as the remaster, he released a video saying, please play this game. I love this game so much. Please play this game. And that was enough for me to be able to buy it. And this was one of the coolest games I've ever played. And it's one of those games that I'm like, when I meet people who have played this, they're like, hell yeah, this game is incredible. And like some of my favorite fan artists will just like randomly have Ghost Trick stuff on their page, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is incredible. But it's just such a cool game. Yeah, Lynn is the girl, and then the other, who's the other detective? But if you just look up like GIFs of this game, you'll see the detective walk, and there's just so much style to this game on everything. Inspector Cabanella is the guy, and just like, he has so much style to him and so much like cool design. And then obviously there's the backgrounds and all the environments that you're bouncing around in. And there's a very cool bit that like changes the way the game functions. And I'm just not going to talk about that, but it's like, it's a pretty short game as well. And it's just, man, this game needs more love. It's so cool.
Yeah, my only frame of reference for this game, like I said, I think they announced like the remaster or re-release on PC and Switch. I think it was at a Nintendo showcase of sorts, if I remember correctly. And I just remember thinking that it doesn't look like the kind of game I would typically play, but I do love the art. And I kind of like this like Max Headroom vibe of the main character, like kind of it's like a slick back hair with the sunglasses, just very like cool looking. You know what I mean? Very cool art style for sure.
It's just, it's so good, man. Like, and it plays really well on PC. Like I just sent the GIF in the ghost, like in the group chat. Apparently that man's walking animation took a month. Like it took 1 month to finalize his walk cycle where he dances and spins around, does a Michael Jackson kick and like all that. Like it is so cool. And it was stuck on the DS for the longest time.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why people think it didn't sell very well is just because it came out at the end of the DS's life cycle. And then luckily it did get this remaster, and man, it's real good. Like, look at Lynn, dude. Like, Phil sent it in the group chat. Lynn is like such an incredible design, and like everyone in this game is so good, and like you feel like a genius when you figure out the puzzles too, which is the most important part of these kind of games. And it just needs it's a bad game performance wise, but it needs as much love as possible. And I'm just glad it's like available everywhere so that people can stumble upon it, because Capcom does do quite a bit of sales. So if you ever want a fun little jaunt, it might even be on sale right now. Definitely go check out Ghost Trick.
It's also on mobile. It's like a perfect touchscreen mobile game.
It probably plays best on mobile since it's a DS game originally. Definitely check it out.
I'm such a sucker for cell shaded art, and this character art is just like, oh my god, this game is oozing in style. And I probably didn't hear about it because it was, like you said, at the tail end of the DS.
Yeah.
And at that point, we've already, kind of moved on to so many other things. Yeah. Man, this looks fantastic. I have a game that's incredibly niche on my list too, and this feels like a kind of a counterpart for that. So this is a great pick.
It's 12 and a half hours, so you can knock it out in like, a couple sittings, and the completionist is 13 hours. So it's not even that long. And like the story is actually good. Like it's not just like, oh, this is a nonsensical story. Like the twists and turns that this detective story takes is insane and is so cool. And then on top of that, I haven't even mentioned the music. Like the music is so good. Like, of course, like look at this game. This game can't have bad music.
It's banging. It's banging.
It's so good. So definitely, I if you're listening to this and you've made it this far into the episode, like go check out this game, add it to your wish list, wait for it to go on sale. It will go on sale, and pick it up when you can, because it is so good.
What was, because this is what I find it interesting that this was kind of like your approach with this one, because it's got an 86 on OpenCritic. And it's got, what was
I said it was reviewed well.
Yeah, it was reviewed well across the board. It literally just boiled down to sales. So that's that in and of itself just feels like an anomaly. Like reviewed well across the board and just did not sell copies. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out.
Wouldn't you consider that a bad game if you sold under 100,000 physical copies? Like
on paper, yeah.
For a Capcom game?
From the person who brought
Capcom,
you Ace Attorney too.
Yeah, exactly. Square Enix would have shut that developer down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
Oh yeah, can I just? I'm gonna send it. Fuck it. I'm gonna make a group chat with all of us, and I'm gonna send this. The main theme of this dude is just insane, and I need everyone to listen to it, and I need to see everyone's reaction to like. It is so good, man. I'm gonna just I'm taking too long. I'm gonna send to our chat, and then I'll send it to you, Cam.
Yes, send it.
It's so good. It's so good. All right, there you go.
This is the edit point where Johnny is going to.
This is where
it is. Fuck it, dude. I don't care. I forgot how good this was.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. It's like some FIFA 98 vibes, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
How did this game not sell 1 million copies?
Oh yeah, dude.
That rips.
Sandstorm
right now at 25 seconds? Yeah, dude. It's so good.
Yes.
And every stage has its own theme. Characters have their own theme. It's incredible.
What?
I can't
hear you.
I can't hear you over the music. Dude. It's so good.
You come here often? I said, can I buy you a drink?
My girlfriend likes your vibes.
Yeah.
You
I'm
played
going
Ghost
out of town.
It's a detective game on the DS. It did not sell well.
It only sold. Yeah, you're literally the guy who's just screaming at the girl in the party. It only sold 80,000 copies.
It's
Wish
only
list.
13 hours.
You got a DS? You can borrow mine.
I got mine right here.
It's in my
on sale
pocket.
on Steam. Do
I
you
have
have
my
Got
cargo
your ass
pants
in the
on.
club.
2DS, okay? Here, take it. I've got 5.
He's got
Did
a
you know you
backpack.
could hack a 3DS?
Trench coat opened up all the different DSs.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. We're vibing, dude. We're vibing.
I'm
We're
so
vibing.
glad that went where that went. That's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pausing it now.
Ooh.
Phil, are you gonna play this game now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been on my phone for probably over a year now.
Oh, perfect.
I finished Ace Attorney on my phone because Ace Attorney is you could play one-handed, which is I played Ace Attorney while I held my infant son, and then I got
Multitasking.
Ghost
Best way to do
Trick,
it.
and then never actually went for it. But
Okay.
yeah, it's on the list. There's also a demo on Steam if you want to
Yes.
give it a shot, try it out.
Yeah, it's
A demo
it's,
on Steam, you say?
A demo
I
on
have to
a
Steam.
check
man
that
with a
out.
PC. You say a man with a new, fresh, shiny PC that you
fresh,
may be
shiny
recording on
PC.
right now. Who knows?
Wait, do I own this? It says it's in
Okay.
library. Do I own Ghost Trick.
Nice. Here we go.
I own Ghost Trick twice. I love it so much. I've never played it, but I do love it dearly. You should play Ghost
Hey.
Trick like me.
Hey man, this might be a fun 70% complete video. A short
yeah.
little one. It's got some
I love
good
detective
use of.
stories.
It's a look. I will say this. It has, paranormal stuff. It's got detective stuff. It has,
scary.
emotional points, and it has time travel.
Whoa, sign me up, dude.
All right, Ghost Trick
got time
and
travel, dude?
Paranormal Site double feature.
Yeah,
I'm in, dude.
Paranormal Site. Holy shit, Phil. Yeah, that's been on my list for a long time too.
Also available on mobile.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was released day and date, right? When it came out.
The new one did, yeah.
Shit.
Is that the new one with the subtitle like The Mermaid's Conclave or something?
The second one, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Some shit.
What is
I
it?
think the first one-
Paranormal Site.
Yeah, the first one's just called Paranormal Site.
Yeah. Oh man, incredible.
I think it's called Paranormal Site: The Seven Mysteries of Hanjo.
yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
yep,
Phil,
you're
you're just
correct.
full
Sorry.
of misinformation.
Yeah,
today, dude.
actually, that was the chaos energy I was bringing today. I actually love Atomic Heart, and I believe a lot in its message. Titties out. That's kind of what I believe in.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, fellas, I will get to my second pick, and I was going to pick Final Fantasy 13. But you kind of made a good point, Cam. It's kind of seen a resurgence. People are kind of rewriting history a little bit, which that I don't appreciate because let me just real quick. When Final Fantasy 13 came out, people hated this game, and I was like, am I playing the same game? Because I really enjoy this game. Is it the best Final Fantasy? No. Is it a great Final Fantasy? I think so. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, all right. So what I'll choose, which was definitely not well received by audiences, it was slightly well received by critics. And that is going to be Assassin's Creed Unity. Yes. So Assassin's Creed Unity was the first next-gen Assassin's Creed, which it debuted with Xbox One and PS4, right, Phil? I think that was the first Assassin's Creed. Yeah. Buggy as all hell. I can't even tell you the name of the main character. Arno. There you go.
Fake
But the environments in Assassin's Creed Unity were so beautiful. 1800s Paris was so gorgeous.
1793.
1793 Paris was so gorgeous. The world felt so lived in, like the NPC, like it felt it was the first game I remember, first Assassin's Creed I remember playing and going like, this feels like a next gen game. I feel like I'm in 1793 Paris. There's so many NPCs on the screen, which probably is also the reason why it had so many issues. I didn't have all the same bugs that a lot of people. I know there's like the famous footage of like characters with no faces and just eyeballs like sticking out, but like I didn't have those issues. Definitely had some bugs. I think this was the first one that also had multiplayer, which was really cool. But what was so cool about Unity, aside from how beautiful the environment was, I thought the costume design for the assassins was really, really good. Like I remember specifically saying, wow, this feels like a new era for Assassin's Creed, which is funny because it so was not a new era. And not only that, they kind of took almost like an immersive sim approach to the missions. It wasn't just the same, like, here's a trail mission, here's an assassination mission, and you got to go from this point to this point to this point. So bringing it back to level design, like Nate was kind of talking about with like Hardline, like they did this thing where they kind of gave you this like blank palette to work with. And that was so fresh and new for Assassin's Creed. And on top of that, you're doing it in just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful environment. The art team behind Assassin's Creed Unity was just, it was just so good. It just didn't perform well. It wasn't received well because it was a fucking buggy mess. And if I remember correctly, the water started to get a little muddy for like the modern day stuff versus the like older assassin, the actual like assassin storylines, which I'm, hot take. I'm a big fan of the modern day stuff in Assassin's Creed. And that was when they kind of started drawing the lines in the sand, like, hey, we're going to start moving away from that stuff. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity would be my second pick for sure.
I am so glad you brought this because I am absolutely a Unity apologist and I rock with that game so hard. And not only that game, but they did something with it that they haven't done since or before, where this game's story is also tied to Assassin's Creed Rogue, which came out the same year.
Oh, you're right.
Rogue came out on 360. Unity came out on the next gen consoles. And Rogue ends in a different perspective of Unity's beginning. And there were story things that they did that were just phenomenal, and I will remember forever. And yet, the co-op, they've never done it like that again. And it was so fun to run around. I had a solid group of 3 friends that we would get home from school, we would get on Unity, and we would run missions together. And being able to have 4 different assassins on screen that are all players playing their own way through a mission is something that I've never felt in another co-op game like that before.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Unity, it just unfortunately is just kind of tainted by the buggy reputation that it had at launch. But it was a gorgeous game. It played well. I'm not saying that previous. I don't think previous games really had that kind of like immersive sim approach to mission structure. I mean, maybe they did in varying degrees, but I do specifically remember there was like many approaches to a lot of the game's missions. So Unity and Brotherhood I think are like the 2 ones for me that like, they're not necessarily my favorite, but they're definitely ones that I remember being a lot hotter on than some of like the general public for sure.
Yeah. The outfit design in Unity is like, things to know about Phil. I love Arthurian legend. Right under that, fucking French Revolution, baby. You love to see the guillotine roll out.
You gotta have it.
And that's what this game is. Like, it is just the Reign of Terror. It is going through that whole thing. I think the DLC has like some Napoleon shit in it. Like, it is that era.
And Jack the Ripper as well.
Yes.
A lot of historical figures that they kind of played around with.
Yeah. But like the historical figures in Unity are sometimes history's villains, which I think is like the fun. It's not just like, oh, chill out with Leonardo da Vinci. It's like, you're talking to Robespierre, and that's kind of a problem sometimes. But the thing, like the art design of this is incredible. Like flying around Paris, loved it. I was looking up to make sure that this is true, and I think it might be. This is the beginning of what I like to refer to as the fashion part of Assassin's Creed. Where you could start mix and matching different armor sets.
Yes, that's you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is where this game fucking came into it. So like you would be like collecting all of the armor, like you go to all those checkpoints to like find the chest that has the cool cloak that you want and has like the cool chest piece, and like this is why when I say earlier that you should go play AC Odyssey like as the perfected version of Forbidden West, like that is the epitome of fashion Assassin's Creed, and like this game started it, and I love the look of this. Like I just love me a frock coat, being able to just like walk around, do all this stuff, like so good.
Quick update. Literally just Google right now. We're recording this Thursday, March 5th. Literally 9 hours ago, Assassin's Creed Unity is getting a 60 frames per second patch hitting tomorrow on PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
I'm doing a download.
I might be jumping back into Unity, boys.
Yeah, dude.
I might be checking this out.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Cam or Eric, did either of you ever play Unity?
Cam, you go first. I have not.
I did not play Unity. My Assassin's Creed journey went 2, and I put like 80 hours into it. Tried to play 3, have never been let down like that until Mass Effect Andromeda, and I just haven't been able to get back into Assassin's Creed. But Odyssey feels like the one, because the moment you said you can have like different like forearm armor and like heads, I'm just like, oh, this is like the stuff I want. But hey, if Unity does that and it's getting an update tomorrow, we might be streaming some ACU here, boys.
There it is. Yes. Assassin Squad right here, dude.
That's so interesting. Yeah. Cam, you're a man after my own heart. That's exactly my experience. I played 1. I was like, this is incredible. 2 came out. I was like, this is awesome. And then like got to 3 and I was like, I'm bored. And then I literally the next game is Black Flag, which, you know, that should be the one that I'm most interested in, and is getting a remake. So I might jump on that.
It's regarded as like the best in the franchise.
Yeah. But yeah, like I've always said, I'm like, man, yeah, Odyssey looks so sick. And I'm like, I just wish it wasn't called Assassin's Creed. Like, I just wish it was something else.
So, I mean, it's one of them that like, if you just ignore the Assassin's Creed name part, it really largely isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It should have just been, here's your soft open world. Like what is it called? What's the fuck? The sim games.
A game about an assassin in their creed.
Well, no, you don't even need to be
not Assassin's Creed though.
No, you don't even need to be an assassin in that game. I've seen people play it. They just murder everyone.
Yeah. I think the thing is, like I was saying earlier, is like Unity and Brotherhood felt kind of where they started drawing lines in the sand over like all the modern day stuff. It would have been a good jumping off point to say, okay, now we're just making this. These are the kind of games that this team makes, is these kind of open world stealth, action games. So I do agree with you there, Eric. But I think like Battlefield, there's probably just that feeling of just, we got to attach the name that sells numbers, and Assassin's Creed is that. Is it now? I mean, probably still now, even though, I don't think they've really had a general hit in what, 3, 4, 5 iterations. I think Odyssey was probably the last one, right?
Yeah. I mean, Shadows, I think, did all right, but so it goes. Just to like hit the last point here on how well done the art is in this game. If you remember, I think this is the episode of Phil saying I think this is true. For a while, at least in 2019, when there was that big fire that took down the spire that was being constructed on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
The scan that they did of Notre Dame for Assassin's Creed Unity was one of the most accurate scans of the building. So Ubisoft was like giving their scans over to the French government for the restoration project because it was like so accurate to like rebuild it. So like they fucking did their work to, even if it's not 1-to-1, like some of these articles are saying, like they did their work to make sure that this thing is the single most accurate representation of 17th or 18th century Paris. And they did it.
I could be wrong, but I believe that also spurred the project that they then did where Ubisoft, not Assassin's Creed games, but they allowed you to fly through the worlds. They're like,
discovery
like
tours,
history mode or something, discovery mode.
Yep.
God, but I remember just walking through the houses in Unity and just seeing like how the light would show through the windows, and like it was so pretty, dude. It was so pretty.
I'm definitely re-downloading. That is a
I think I'm gonna do it too. I convinced myself. Thanks, Gianni. Well, guys, what time? Where are we at? We're going a little long. Are you guys down to like speed through some quick picks? Just round table it? You guys down with that?
I have one
Because
more.
I only have one left. I only have one
me
left.
too.
Nate, we'll just kind of go in the same order. Nate, what do you got left in the chamber?
You know what? I'm going to keep it in the same line that we've been talking about, and that's Watch Dogs Legion. Now, if you want to talk about some modern Assassin's Creed stuff, Gianni, they have a character in that is a modern assassin with like tech and stuff and with fashion sensibilities of like you take an assassin and you put it in the near future.
I didn't.
That's
I
really
love
solid.
that, dude.
But what I love the most about this game, that I didn't love the game overall and did not finish, but the futurist authoritarian London is such a world that they set it in that like I didn't like a lot of the systems in the game of the like be anyone. I thought that actually detracted from the game a lot and made it less enjoyable than the previous two Watch Dogs. But the world of actually like living in it and being able to see like how things have turned in the world and like gotten so hard on like the normal civilians because of all these tech advancements in that universe is really, really cool.
Yeah, I played Watch Dogs 1, and I remember I loving the direction of that, the environmental direction of that one. I just never stuck with Watch Dogs, but I remember when Legion came out, that same thing, that initial trailer that came out, I was just like, man, this looks really good. And it just did not do so hot from a review standpoint. And it sounded like it might have been warranted, but that's a good pull for sure, because it's great environments for sure. Kim, what about you? What kind of extra bullet points you got?
I've got a couple that are pretty boring, kind of
Go
run of
for
the
it.
mill that you would expect. Concord.
Yeah.
I think
okay.
we can talk
Agreed.
about,
Yep.
original, also kind of generic, but like I don't know, the art style I was intrigued by. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Absolutely.
Some of the best cutscenes. I think the cutscenes are probably one of the only good things. Some of the character design is great, but the gameplay was just incredibly uninspired.
Yeah.
And then, but I can't go. This was the first game I thought of when Nate sent me the prompt. This is a video game that I've never met a single living human that has played this game other than myself. It was on the PlayStation 2 back in 2005. The art style, the character art, the entire art direction, Gianni, is done by Tetsuya Nomura. Same guy
let's
who did
go.
Final Fantasy VII, same guy who did Kingdom Hearts. I mean, this guy makes
Legend.
video game art for generations and generations.
Absolutely.
This game is called Musashi Samurai Legend. Any takers? Anyone?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So my lifelong journey to find my missing piece, the yin to my yang for this game continues. But the character art is incredible. The designs are just like dripping in anime coming to the video game screen. And I love the game. It had big swords. It had elemental powers. It had everything I needed for 2005. But the game just was not that great. It was pretty forgettable. I mean, clearly, I've gone my whole life without meeting anyone else who played it. But
Well, I was going to ask you, Cam, is this related to Brave Fencer Musashi?
Yeah.
Because that's also, I know Brave Fencer Musashi.
Same.
yeah, this is
That's
the
why I was
sequel.
like, I was like, that sounds so
Wow,
familiar.
I didn't know this was a sequel.
Yeah, and I've never played the original, but everyone says the original is the game you should play. I
Yeah,
just
it's very
Brave
good.
Fencer Musashi, I had a demo of Brave. I never owned Brave Fencer Musashi, but I had a demo disc with Brave Fencer Musashi, and I remember playing the shit out of it, like just burning the disc playing Brave. I've never heard of Musashi Samurai Legend. It looks like that era, just a perfect replication of that era. I love it.
exactly. It's a
Look at
time
the hair.
game. Yep, the hair.
Literally, they gave Sora a fucking katana
Yeah.
and a buster
Yep.
sword. That's
That's literally it. It's just alternate universe Kingdom Hearts, and I think that's why I loved it so much. But
Wow.
maybe not worth loving that hard. So
Dude, I have a game for you real quick that I think is on the Switch and I think has a sequel. The World Ends with You, which is another.
I
Okay,
am the
okay.
slut for The World Ends with You. Talk about like character art. I think that's also Tetsuya Nomura.
Yes,
who
it
did
is.
that.
That's why I brought it up. Yeah.
Man, I played that game on an airplane. I don't know where I was going, but I was just on my DS drawing little
Yeah.
circles. And I love The World Ends with You. That's a
I
fantastic.
think there's a second one too.
I did not know that.
Yeah, let me. I might be mixing it up.
I don't
with
think it's out yet.
Yeah,
I think they
might be
announced the
mixing it
second
up
one,
with
right?
The
Neo:
remake,
The
but
World Ends is the
there
game.
you go. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh no, it is out. Yeah.
yeah. Neo. Yeah, Neo: The World Ends with You. Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right,
Dude,
Phil. You may recognize Neo Twerry is what the End of the Aether guys call that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
the world ends with
yeah,
okay,
Twerry.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's been
okay,
out for
yeah.
a while, Cam. Get on it.
Jeez,
4
Josie,
years.
I didn't even know about that. All right, I'll get on it. But yeah,
dude,
Musashi.
Nomura is just so goated, dude. Like anytime I see Nomura art, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
god,
Final
I'm in, dude.
Fantasy, Parasite Eve, Kingdom Hearts, The World Ends with You. This game that we're talking about.
So good, dude. So
yeah,
good.
that's great.
Great
stuff.
pull.
That's great stuff.
Phil, what are some last ones you got?
All right, I got one last one. This is a game that I have. Speaking of like art direction, if you Google this game, you will see some good art direction. It's more than that. This is a game that I know by its soundtrack more than I know by actually playing it. It is put out by Don't Nod, and it is Remember Me, another game that I don't think anyone fucking remembers.
Ironic.
Oh god, yeah, that is some art direction.
Yeah, I mean, scroll down a little bit. I'm gonna hit you with the plot summary here real quick, just like the framing, just so you can kind of get a good vibe of this. Remember, this is a Don't Nod game published by Capcom, came out in 2013. It is a fucking video game. The game's plot focuses on Neelan, a memory hunter working for an underground resistance called the Errorists. When the game starts, she's been stripped of all of her memories by mega corporation Memorize. With the help of a mysterious man named Edge, she goes on a quest to bring down Memorize and recover her lost memories. Throughout the story, she is permitted to use her memory remix power to ultimately refurbish people's recollections. The combat consists of a modified combo system called Pressin. It is like, I want to play this game, but the soundtrack is so good because it is the perfect mix of like the sensibilities of something like Mirror's Edge, where it is that really like electronic, like sounds like computer sounds mixed in with a Philharmonic orchestra. Like it is a really good blend, and it's like really good vibe and music. The like actual art direction of this, not just Neelan's booty, which is kind of all over the screenshots of this game, which is a little unfortunate.
It's everywhere.
It has the like really cool I've kind of described it as, and this is kind of similar like Mirror's Edge 2, the like Apple Store version of her cyberpunk future, where it just looks like it is pristine and glistening, but it is oppressive and sucks at the same time. And the combat is great. Like the UI elements look beautiful. It's just really a game that no one really played.
This looks like if Don't Nod was tasked with making the freshly canceled Perfect Dark game.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what this looks like.
Yeah, she looks like Joanna Dark. Yeah. Yep.
That is what this looks like to me. And that's not a bad thing. That this looks interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds incredible. I'm listening to the soundtrack right now.
It's so good. The theme is really great. The like style of like, I guess we're in our French era, I guess. This is Neo Paris is where it takes place.
Yeah.
So it
How
is,
many times
it's-
just because we have the French ship to sign on, we didn't mean to bring up Paris this many times.
Yeah, sorry,
I
but
don't know anything about French culture, by the way. Just the last name. So Phil, I'm sure you're looking for some family lineage. I got nothing.
you got nothing. No, it's just the sandwich with you. I see. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like it's a super neat game that I wish more people played. It has like a super cool style. It reminds me of, like I said, a dirtier version of Mirror's Edge with like the old lived-in feeling. But then it also just has the another game no one remembers, Hyperscape. Does this?
Oh yeah,
any bells?
that I know.
The Battle Royale.
Yeah, the Ubisoft Battle Royale in the far-flung future. It has a very similar feeling to that, where it's the same like glossy hero shooter look. Just go listen to the soundtrack. The Remember Me soundtrack is like absolutely an incredible soundtrack, and you'll have a grand old time.
Very like pretty and polished, but beneath the surface lies a dark truth.
Yeah,
They're always
Those kind of games. There's always a dark truth.
It's one of those.
There's always a dark truth. Eric, what's your final picks?
I'll just elaborate.
Or
on-
pick.
I kind of dropped on earlier. Every Sonic game that's 3D Sonic game is just not really that good. Again, we're going to the Dreamcast. I love Sonic Adventure. It was the first game I played on the Dreamcast. Being chased by an orca whale while it destroyed the bridge, incredible time. Very cool. Going back, those games are a slog and they suck. But man, does Crush 40 fucking nail the soundtrack in those games, man. Oh, there's a reason why like one of the hypest moments in Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 is when you have the Crush 40 music come in with Supersonic and Super Shadow and like oh god, it's just the music's so good. And honestly, the characters are good too. Like the Sonic character designs are solid and they translate to 3D really well. But they just cannot figure out the game designs. It just doesn't work. But 2D games are great. I think they're still pretty solid. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I wore this shirt specifically to be like, look, I like Sonic. I love Sonic. I've never refunded a game faster than Sonic Forces. That was real bad. And in that one, you got to make your own Sonic OC like it was DeviantArt in 2015. Like geez, man, bad game. Most of them are bad, but they have their charms, and a lot of it is the design of the game itself. And hearing Knuckles, his rap theme on Pumpkin Hill in Sonic Adventure, real good, man. It's real good. It's real inspired stuff. I love it. But yeah,
you know what's definitely not bad? The 3D Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Oh, He's got a gun, dude.
He's got guns.
He's got a gun.
Possibly the worst game of all time. But man, he does have a gun.
He's got a gun,
that's
dude.
why it's cool.
It's so cool. It's real cool. Shadow says "fuck" in this one.
Whoa,
that would actually be worth it if he did say that, but he doesn't. God.
There's always the next one, you know.
There's
always the next one.
You can hold out.
I don't know about
Put
that.
Eric in charge of the franchise, dude.
Fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Fellas, my last one I actually didn't have until because I had Order 1886. So when Phil brought up Order 1886, a light bulb went off in my head, which would be the Xbox counterpart. I feel compatriot of Order 1886 in terms of the length and the reception, and that would be Ryse, Son of Rome.
Oh shit!
Yes, same era.
Wow.
Yeah, light bulb went off as soon as you said Order 1886. I'm like, well, Xbox have their own exact same situation.
Yep.
6 to 7 hour game, if that. The story, I can't remember the story very well, and I just remember actually really enjoying this game. I thought the combat was really fun. People hated this game, and I really, really enjoyed it, and it was fucking gorgeous. It was so pretty.
It's Crytek. It's Crytek.
It was such a good looking game. I thought the combat was fun. It was a short experience. You were kind of in and out, but again, it suffered from the same, like, here's a $60 game. I think it was a launch title, if I remember correctly.
It was.
The price did not match the product for sure. So mine would be Ryse, Son of Rome.
That was one of my first as a kid being like, this is what next gen is.
Yeah.
And then being followed by things that were far lesser than being like, oh, well, maybe it's not.
Yeah. And I haven't had a chance to look at any recent footage, but I would assume, I wonder if it holds up as well as, because like I said, I was pulling B-roll for Order 1886 before this one, because that was on my list. And I just remember going like, man, this game still looks beautiful. And I remember Ryse, Son of Rome just looking gorgeous, dude. It was so good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good still. $10 on Steam.
There you go.
That's its actual price, is $10. That's not a sale price.
Not on sale. Yeah.
That's just its price. Remember,
it looks
$30.
Oh, it's just gone down in price. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'd be curious, how it actually feels to play. That's my because like Order 1886 doesn't feel bad to play. It's fine, but I'm like a hack and slash type game like this is definitely much more. I'm curious how it holds up.
Yeah, the Orders. I remember the gunplay in Order not being like the hottest. I do remember that, and not feeling as crunchy as I wanted to. But yeah, it's by no means bad. And I remember feeling the same way about Ryse, where I'm like, well, this isn't the greatest melee combat I've ever played, but it's by no means bad. But it's just it was not received well. I specifically remember that.
Only 6.5 hours to beat.
There it is. Short game, long talk. Throw it on there.
No.
No.
You could do
Not
this
cute
and watch
enough.
the new
Not cute
Gladiator
enough.
movie and compare them.
Yeah.
Which one's worse?
Which one's worse,
Oh
dude?
god, that. We want to talk about cool art. Yeah, the second Gladiator movie looked incredible, but God,
We didn't need a second Gladiator. Why did we get it? Why?
What? I thought
It was perfect. It
the
was
only
perfect.
Gladiator movie I would want is fat Russell Crowe, like fighting, just fighting in bars.
Yes, dude. Bring me Fat Crow, dude. Drunk.
I'm so happy.
You already
whenever-
have that. Go watch Les Mis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It exists already.
Yeah.
Whenever I see Russell Crowe nowadays, and I know he's just like an old guy who's getting fat, I'm like, fuck yeah, Russell Crowe, dude. Just fuck it, dude. Be yourself. Be a pudgy man. You earned it. Oh my god, Jesus, that's crazy.
Well, boys.
Sorry,
Go for
before
it, Nate. Go
we
for it,
move
Nate.
on, there is one
Yep.
more that it'll be unanimous. We all know. Won't harp on it for too long. Anthem.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
yeah.
As much as we
Yeah.
talked about this, even before this, Anthem was like the one that we kept bringing as an example.
Have to at least mention it once.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that game should have had its No Man's Sky moment. It should have been brought to the level where this could be a game that is still ongoing and being played, but it was squandered. And again, EA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This Anthem was like episode 3 or 4 of like our original lore podcast. Like everything about Anthem is so incredibly kick-ass. Like there is still not a game that feels as good to fly, including Ace Combat. Like they still have like there are no games that fly as well as Anthem did, and I cannot believe that no one else has stolen it. Like just steal that tech.
It's
in
Iron Man.
Frostbite.
You're Iron
Yeah.
Man. Like,
that's
no
Iron
one has replicated that feeling.
It'll show up in Warframe. I almost guarantee it. I guarantee it. It'll show
Could
up
be,
in
yeah.
Warframe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope so. I want to
Yeah,
fly again.
and Anthem was also coming at a time where like people had been playing Destiny for a few years, and they kind of were like, all right, what's the next hot like 3-man fire team squad based like people were looking for that, and it turns out people were not looking for that because I think Anthem shut down after what, like 2-3 months. I think it was
No,
short.
it just shut
last
down recently.
No, yes.
They
but-
stopped supporting it after
Yeah.
a short
yeah,
period of
stop-
time
stop
though.
supporting it.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the servers were online, I think, for a while, but
They're like,
God,
hey,
Anthem
we're
had
going to
so much
fix it.
potential.
And then at the
Which
anniversary,
never
like, actually, nah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah,
we're going to go
we're
make
kidding.
Valguard now. Sorry, we're going to go make the Dreadwolf now.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, sorry, we're not going to make the Dreadwolf anymore.
And that turned out great.
That's fine.
EA.
All right, boys. Well, that was an awesome conversation, giving some love to some things that might not necessarily have gotten love their first go around, things that maybe they got too much love.
Yep.
Phil didn't deserve it, it sounds like. But it's always good to highlight the positives. I think there's not enough flowers given, even in this conversation. Maybe it sounds like we're giving a little too much sauce to some of this stuff, but the reality is the reason we want to do this episode is because there's a shining gem somewhere in all of these games. We want all these games to be special. We want all these games to be fun, even when it's easy to just go, not a fan. We want to make sure that we're highlighting all the positive things in gaming because the reality is I feel like there's not enough conversation around it these days. So that was a really good conversation, boys. But before we get out of here, you guys know the drill. I like to ask, go around the horn. What are you up to? Where can the people find you? Starting with Nate, the creator of this topic for today. Nate, where can the people find you? What are you up to?
Heroic headgear everywhere. Hopefully, by the time this posts, I will have hit Twitch affiliate. I think if things are going how I think they are, and Twitch doesn't drag their feet on the back end, then we will have, and that helmet will be gone and off to someone else, and we will be starting the next one, which was originally supposed to be last month's, but we had to punt some things around. And now we are going to Doom 2016, and I am making a Doom helmet for the month
Heck
of March.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Phil, Mr. 70% Complete. Where can the people find you? What are you up to?
Oh, you can find me at 70percentcomplete.com. We've got blog posts coming up, lots of fun stuff. I have a current draft that is titled The Content Destroyer, in chit-chatting about content creators and content destroyers vis-a-vis
Content mills.
high guard. So we'll have more of that. I don't think there's a ton of YouTube stuff going up right now. You can actually go subscribe to youtube.com/@theother30 30.
Yes.
That is the more casual side of 70% complete. That's where I have a bunch of Steam Next Fest demos up there. Logan has threatened to get out his whiteboard, so
Hell yeah.
there's going to be some content coming up on there while I'm drafting the next big video essay. So yeah, go check that stuff out.
Love it. Eric, Mr. The Human, aka Mr. The Human Plays. Where can the people find you?
Mr. The Human on most things. Mr. The Human Plays on Twitch specifically. If you want to watch me stream Umas, it's on Mondays. Yeah, always a good time. Lots of my Uma freaks in there. Just did a vote. It's already happened, so don't worry about it. But we'll be streaming full careers and stuff. There's a new event coming up that's like going to change the whole game. It's going to suck. It's apparently a thing that's not fun. So I'm just going to do my thing and read through stories and have fun, and then hopefully brace myself to get through it. And then if you just go subscribe to everybody else. Like if you were in the Discord already, there was a tornado of notifications from Phil.
Go sub to the channel. I wanted to make sure you knew.
I just came in,
dude. I was on stream, and I was on stream, and my table was like zing, 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 and I was like, man, hopefully it's not an emergency.
It was just me
like
and
70% great, 70%. I was like, oh my god, it was like 58 notifications.
It was just me and AJ freaking out because we were the only ones in there, and we were just like, what the fuck is happening? But go support Phil, because if you liked his side stuff that was on 70% complete, that's where it is now. So that's I always want to point people, go support Phil's stuff. He deserves it. And then one little fun fact about the Discord before we do the official plug, Codied Up, He Get Up Age, all that stuff. Mr. Cameron French over here did help me a little bit with the design way back when I changed the design over from
I love it.
LFG to Corner of the Internet. I got a little bit of advice from one Cameron French. So if you like the design, it is French Dip Design approved.
I was racking my brain a couple weeks ago. I was like, okay, I've messaged Eric before. We talked about things. And then I looked back over at all the Discord channels, and I was like, oh shit, that's the one. I was like, I remember that you'd messaged me about it, asking advice. Yeah. You had it down.
You were good. I needed to get that stamp of approval though. Yeah. It was a big rebrand, and you're the king of rebrands. So yeah. Well, Gianni,
and speaking of the king of rebrands, yes, let's go. Cameron French, our special guest for today. Where can the people find you? What do you got going on?
You can find me every weekday morning on twitch.tv/FrenchDipDesign, where I am playing video games, making art live on stream. It's the perfect stream to have your cup of coffee, answer some emails, kind of avoid your coworkers if you if you're so inclined to do so. Yeah, every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. Other than that, you can find me on social media at the French Dip Design. Most of my art, illustration, designs, rebrands, logos, anything you can think of are all posted on various social media platforms. And yeah, I am looking to fill my books now that I'm fully freelance. So any listeners have any ideas, even if you want some stickers, some Twitch emotes, whatever you're thinking of, I can help make that a reality. But thanks again for having me, y'all.
And thank you for
that Pikachu.
Oh yes, no, we want the Pidgey with the Zapdos. That's what I want.
Yeah. The Pidgey with Zapdos.
Well, I'm also over here waiting for my beloved Mightyena to.
I know. I got to get back to him.
You want to talk about good art that doesn't get appreciated? Fucking Mightyena is one of the best Pokemon, and I swear to God, I have never seen any love for that Pokemon.
I started drawing him, and I was like, "Ooh, this is going to take a little longer than the time I have on stream."
As long as me and you just agree that Mightyena is fucking incredible.
It was an incredible name drop. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Cam, thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you'd hang out with the Chucklehead committee over here. We appreciate you. And go support French Dip Design for sure.
Yes.
Make sure you hit him up. And yeah, my name is Gianni. If you don't know already, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Threads. You can find me on Blue Sky. Anywhere you're at, I'm there as well. Make sure you come hit me up. Currently, we are working through Dark Souls 2. We're still playing Prey. because we got a special episode coming up very soon with a very special guest and good friend of the Content Mill community, the Dido community, the French Dip community, one of the homies. I don't want to reveal it yet, but you guys will find out very soon. Other than that, what else? We're playing Resident Evil Requiem. We're doing some night streams, playing some Requiem, which is a first for me. So come hang out in the evenings for some spooky hours. Other than that, as Eric alluded to, go hang out with us on Discord. Cody, COTI.pika, P-I-K-A .page, P-A-G-E. That's Cody.pika.page. Did I do that right, Phil?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Awesome. Okay,
I
cool.
feel good
All
about that.
All right, cool. I'm working on it. Go hang out with us. Cody.pika.page on the corner of the internet, Discord. Anywhere on the Discord, there is a corner of the internet for you. So come hang out. That's where we drop all of our new content. That's where we tease all of our upcoming releases. So come hang out with us. Other than that, boys, I'm a little out of breath. Let me take a drink of water.
all this art direction.
It's so much. Boys, it was awesome hanging out today. Thank you so much for joining me. It has been an honor. It has been a privilege. And I shall see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Bye.